Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be working on this one little intersection. And you might be thinking, well, why are we working on just one intersection? The reason being is that if I zoom out, you can kind of see the area that it's in. There's a lot of traffic coming from this whole industrial area that wants to go over through this intersection, over the bridge, and then go down into this area. There's a lot of traffic coming off the highway exit that wants to go down here, around, and go basically in any direction. And also, right now the population is actually quite low, but if I just show you guys quickly, when the population is really high, which is about almost 30,000, the traffic in that area is really bad. But right now all of the people died basically because of the huge death waves in the game, but you can see that it keeps going up and down. But once the population is up here, this whole intersection is a huge nightmare, and it really needs it needs attention, let's just say that. And this whole area in the future is going to be quite dense, so even with just a population of 30,000, if this is already bad on its own, imagine what it's going to be like with 60,000 people in this whole area. So I think now, before we do any more construction, I need to really get this whole area functioning quite well. We're going to be using the presidential mod up here, TMPE, to do basically everything, because it has time traffic lights, it has the junction restrictions, and then the lane controllers, and also has the ability to ban things. So if you're new to this mod, maybe this will be a little tutorial, but yeah, so let's begin. But luckily the traffic is quite low to begin with, because otherwise it could be really hectic as we're doing it. But first of all, I don't know why there's no traffic light, so let's add in a traffic light. And so right now I'm seeing a lot of traffic. Actually, first of all, let's go here, let's click, oops, why is it doing that? Let's click here to see where everyone is going. So the people coming off the highway, a lot of them are going around and then going up into this area, and a lot of them are going down into this area. None are going into the industrial area, which is a bit weird. So let's have a look at this road and see where everyone's going. We just close that, so you can see most of them are going to the left. So we can give going to the left more priority than anything else. If we click on this one, most of them are just going straight ahead. Also, just want to look how many are crossing here. So there is some vehicles crossing from this side to that side, which we can take into account. So if I just close that, and you might be thinking like, well, why don't you just add in a little slip lane here? Because I just don't want to do that, because I don't think it would look very good. It would cause a little traffic issue, and I think doing it like this keeps it very simple, keeps it very just elegant, and it gives us more space to work with in the surrounding area. So that is that. So first of all, this one has a traffic light here. I'm just going to remove these trees a little bit just so I can see a bit better. But I think the first thing I want to do is I'm going to ban trucks from going this way, because if the trucks want to go to the industrial area, they can easily go off here around the roundabout, and I made this whole road here specifically just for them to get to the industrial area, so that way the trucks don't have to go down through here and interfere with this huge intersection. Okay, so before we get to this intersection, let's work on this road here a bit, because I'm seeing a lot of them are just using the one lane. So I want to first of all, using this road here, which is the 5 lanes, I want to actually control A. We'll go like this, and I'll show you guys what my plan is in a second. But if we just go like that, make sure that they're all in the right direction. Let's go like this. So I want this lane here to only be a turning in lane. This one they can only turn into this lane here, so that'll keep the traffic flowing quite easy. Then this middle lane can only go to the middle lane. This one can only go straight ahead, so I don't want them to cross over. This side here, I don't want this lane to cross over into here, so let's keep it going straight ahead. This one can go here, and this one can turn in. And then here I want this one to only turn left. I don't want this one to cut out and across. And then, so you can see there's already an easier flow going on just because I did a little bit of lane control. This area up here, I don't really think. Actually, you know what? Let's do the same for up. Let's do the same for up in here. So let's add in this 5 lane like so, around and around. And then so since we have 3 lanes here, I just want to actually dedicate the first 2 lanes specifically just for turning in, because a lot of the traffic is just going down around and around like that. So we need to come down here and have a look. We probably should update this road here as well. So we can make this one like that, this one. So I'm not going to allow any right turns here. So again, if they want to, they can go up through here. Just because in the future you'll see why. If I added in a turning lane here, it's going to cause issues with the trams and just other traffic going across here. This guy here, I think I'll leave that to turn right. For this one here, let's add in a specific turning lane for you, and then a second turning lane, and then this one can go to the right and then can also go straight ahead. So that's good like that. Okay, it's starting to look a little bit messy, but you guys will see once I add in the time traffic lights, you'll see the flow happening. You'll see how everything is working and how I make it work a lot better. So it's good to see that they're already using a lot more lanes, but you can see just leaving the traffic lights how they are. This is the generic traffic lights. Look at them all go. They're all trying to go at once. So when I add in time traffic lights, each lane is going to have dedicated time, and we'll adjust the timing to make it specific for each road's turning. And I'm also going to link this traffic light with this one, so there's going to be some correlation between the two to help the flow of this to go all the way around like that. This is what I was going to mention next. This is a major tram line, so there are so many trams, and by stopping the trams all the time, I'm going to continuously have a big lineup of trams. So I'm thinking I may have to, well, I probably will do this. I'll probably disconnect the tram from about here and run it maybe slightly elevated along here, and then so it can bypass this intersection, so that way they have a continuous flow through the whole area and they don't have to keep waiting and waiting and waiting. So it can go over here, and then I'll move this wall barrier over just a little bit, so then it can slowly come down to the level of this road here, and then it can come around, follow the side of the road, and I'll give it its own specific bridge. I have a special bridge that is both for roads and also a tram or train line, and it'll come along here on its own specific bridge and then connect up back there. So hopefully that will help with the flow. The only concern I have is that if I elevate it here, can I get it to go down to this level without it looking very, very steep and weird? So we'll have to see about that. Okay, I'm just going to pause for a second. So let's use the time traffic light. So I'm going to select this one and this one. So they're both selected, so they'll work together. They should correspond together. Set time traffic light. Okay. The first one I want to do is we'll allow okay, so it'll help for this lane because this lane has a lot of traffic coming around from the highway. So first of all, we'll allow them to, oops, we have to go add step, but we'll allow them to go around, and at the same time they'll come around here and I'll allow this one to go. So it'll be just the traffic going around like this, and they can go to wherever they want. And actually, since no other traffic is going, I might add the lane going straight back across. So let's just say add, and then just while I think of it, I'll add that lane going like that. There we go. Let's go back to it. So they'll come around, and let's just say to start off with, I'll do about just 30 seconds. Minimum 30. Okay. Save. step 2, so we'll turn off that one, turn off. So the second step will be this one, and then also, well, I mean, we'll see how the trams go, but we might have to change that. But so this one, we'll leave them all at 30 seconds to see how we go, and we can manage that a little bit later. So this one, all of this traffic will be the only ones going through, and then over here we can I'm just thinking there might be some traffic turning this way. Oh yeah, there'll be traffic turning in this way as well, so which means we should turn this one on, so if there's any traffic coming through here, they can basically just go wherever they want. Okay, add in the third one, so turn off these ones that I just turned on, and then this time it's this one again, so they can go through. Some of them might go up through here, most of them will go this way. And then over here, you know what, I think I should probably let this one have some time to go, but it really depends how much traffic is going to line up through here. If there's a lot, then I'll have to enable this one back on. So that should be okay like that. In terms of pedestrians, I won't really worry about them because sometimes it's automatic, sometimes they just cross anyway. But I'm really not too concerned about that yet. I'll be more concerned when I build in the whole area. So let's do start and see how it goes. So just got it on the slower speed, so it should allow these ones to come around, and this one is also green, so you can see that they come around, and then there's just a continuous easy flow. The next thing I need to do is I need to use this one to remove them thinking that it's an intersection. So by removing them thinking it's an intersection, it basically allows them to go straight through at the same speed. So currently they slow down because it is an intersection, but I just want them to go straight through, be a little bit speedy. So okay, that one is done. Next one is this one. Wondering why the tram isn't moving. It's got a green light, so is it because there's random people walking across? That's really strange. I don't know what is happening. There we go. I don't know, that one must have been stuck or something. Oh, suddenly it decided to go with 3 seconds left. So yeah, I think we really need to have a specific dedicated tram line that isn't connected to the intersection, because it's just going to create a bit of an annoying issue. Let's have a look. Where are they mostly going? There's some issues down here, so we'll have a look at that in a second. But there's also a lot of traffic lining up here. Okay, before I add any more timed additions to the traffic lights, I need to go into here. I need to do this. So I've already done it. Oh, I must have been playing with it before I started filming. But anyway, I was going to click these so that allow them to go straight through easily. I also did the same over here. I don't remember doing that. But anyway, fair enough. Okay, so we have a bit of an issue here. So let's go back to the time traffic lights. Let's stop and let's pause. We need probably more time on this one, so let's up this one to about 45 seconds and 45-second minimum. Now this is just how I do it. I know there's other ways to do this, but this is the easiest way for me. The second one was this one. I think this one, 30 seconds, is enough because the traffic isn't too bad. This one here, let's edit that one. Let's also give them 45. But I think for this one, I should go like this. I have to do this turning lane somewhere else, but I'll figure that out in a second. Since there's no traffic coming this way, so I don't really need to worry about that yet, but I will in a second. So let's press start, and let's put it on 3, just to see how it all flows through. So the truck should be going that way, so that at least relieves some of the traffic through here. So they go around, around, around. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This traffic goes. Good to see all the trams are going. And you can see why I didn't make any turning lane this way, because it just helps with the flow. Because if there was, then people would be turning that way. It would be really annoying. So that's good that I made this one green, because there's a lot of traffic that just came up through that way. Good to see that all of them are kind of... It cleared the whole way, so that's pretty good. Now we just have an issue up here. They're just using the one lane, which is really annoying, which is just an issue with the game itself. And this little guy here is waiting, so let me just think for a second. You know what, for now, I'm just going to, it's going to look bad, but for now I'm just going to add it in there, because most of them are turning left anyway, so, okay, save that. Okay, let's have a look. What is going on down here? There's just a lot of them wanting to use this second inner lane, which I mean is fair enough, because they don't want to go into this one because that's the turning lane. You know what, I think it was just a build up of random traffic anyway, and as we do all this, the population is slowly going up, so maybe by the end of the video it'll be like 29,000, and we can see at the maximum population how it all flows quite well. Even just now it seems to be flowing a lot better, because I don't know, did I do that? But originally all of the traffic was going up through here, but now they all just go through here, mostly on the trams. So that's what we need to do next, is we need to have a look at the tram line. And let's just have a look. Let's just see if this will technically possibly work. Let's go to the tram. Let's make an elevated tram line, actually. There we go. I think that height is okay. It's pretty close to the trucks, but the trucks still can pass underneath, so that's good to know. Otherwise someone will pick me up on that, like they always do. Okay, now let's bring this down and see if we can... I don't want a tunnel, but thanks. I want to bring this down and see if I can get it to go down to ground level whilst having enough room to go underneath this as well. And you know what, I think it could be possible. If I can just get it to go down about there, that height, that elevation difference is not too bad. It's not really that noticeable, is it? So let's have a look. I really don't know if it's going to fit or not, but we really should just try anyway, because it's really going to help. Okay, get this. No, go like that. And I'll fix up that elevation in a second. But let's just get it underneath and just see. Oh, camera's going crazy. First person camera mode. Okay, you can see the wires there. I can't point to it, but you can see this wire here. That is the maximum height that the tram will use. So that should be fine as long as the wires are not touching. And then it goes a little bit wonky through here, doesn't it? So you can maybe... It still looks a little funny, doesn't it? You know, I think it's actually going to work, because let's have a look again. I tried to adjust the levels, but okay, there's still a bit of a weird angle right there, but I think it can fit. I need to lower it down just a little bit there. It's a little bit close. And then this little bit here is a bit odd, but generally it's going to work. I have a specific bridge. I'll show you guys now. Where is it? Bridge. Not trains, not pillars. It's this one here. It's the Crimean Bridge from, well, I don't know if I should say Russia or Ukraine, but it's this one here, and you can see that it has the specific lane or specific bridge that we're going to use for the tram to go across. I just got to drag it into place, which can be a challenge in itself. I like that bridge, but this one is going to work more efficiently. And okay, let's see. It's really way too high. It is a bit of a struggle putting in bridges, that's for sure. I wish this bridge here was a little bit closer to this one. It seems a little bit far out, doesn't it? Okay, but anyway, let's see. Let's get it to work. Okay, I put in the tram line through there. I can't really see if it's central, but I mean, it's good enough for me. So all I had to do was just place the tram an elevated line and then delete the pillar underneath, so it looks like it's just relying on this bridge. And let's see if we can make a nice curve for it to go back around to here. Yeah, that looks good, doesn't it? Not. And it needs to be generally even. So let's see, what if we make this the same height as that? That's better. That is better. And then since there, is that it? Did we do it? Did that go down a little bit, or you know what? That's okay. I feel like I thought it was going to be too far out, but it's actually not too bad. And then we just need to do the same here. Bring it over. Question is, how do I want to connect it here? Well, you know what? I could even just continue it on as its own separate line. I might do that, and then we can connect it down here for now. But since there isn't really too much traffic along here, and then so maybe we can leave it along here, because then it's going to. Why is there trees in it? So then we can. Oh my god. I'll just leave it along here, because then it won't disrupt the traffic at all. Let me just drag it into place. It's a little bit far off. It has those yuck gaps in the middle. The angle is... Whoa. I think we need a slower elevation down. Actually, in a minute, we'll ride the tram and we'll see how it looks. We can test out the curves, make sure that the elevations are right. Is that okay? No, that is not okay there. Speed number 1. Let's go. Sorry if it's a little laggy. It's always a little bit laggy when I'm in first person. Look at all the people crossing the walkway up there. That's good. A little bit of a weird height there, but I left this like that because I don't know if I want to add in more buildings to this area. I'm not sure just yet. This part here, a little wonky, but not too bad generally. Come around. Okay, this is good. The elevation isn't too high. It isn't wonky, so it's pretty straight. I like that you can see the big bridges over there. And then I'm guessing we're crossing the intersection now, so it's going to go down a little bit steeper. A little wonky, but you know what? It's okay. Okay, I can raise it up there, so that's one part. Okay, now we're going over the new bridge. I don't know if this is good in here. You know what? It's pretty good. It's pretty straight. It's not wonky. The height levels are even, I think. Come around here. How's this curve looking? A little bit steep here. I could adjust that. Not too bad. Not too bad. Generally a pretty smooth. Oh, a bit of a bump there. I'll fix that up. Okay, let's speed it up a little bit. Why is it not going? It had a green light. And then let's just follow it into the city. Oh, bit of a wonk there. Okay, oh my god. That'll make you sick if it's too fast. Oh my god. Yeah, we're back in the city. And back where my frame rate gets to like 25. It gets really low because there's so many people in this area. But anyway, let's exit that. Here we are. And I think it was really good that I banned trucks from going here. Otherwise, the trucks would just go down here. There would be so much extra traffic that really just wouldn't be... just not needed, to be honest. Looks like traffic is generally okay. It's just the trucks. I don't know what they're doing down here. I don't know. I could completely ban trucks from going down here and force them to use the highway. That's another option that we could use when the whole area is much more urbanized, when it's much more filled in. So that's potential. I'm just going to remove this one so they don't think it's an intersection right there. This one, I did it already. What about down here? That's good. Okay. Well, I think generally, besides those few little lumps in the track, I think that's all I want to do for this episode. I'll adjust it off camera just to make it exactly how I want, just in terms of the heights, but I mean generally they're pretty fine. So let's close it. I just like looking at it go. I think this part here, I just need to put in some nice big monument because there's not really any space for building. In the future, I was like, do I want to add in a road that goes out here? Potentially could cause a lot of issues, but I don't know yet. So And guys, just before I go, I added in if I just close that, I updated this lane, this side of the road, to 4 different lanes. So I added in 2 specific dedicated turning lanes to go in, and then 2 specifically for going straight ahead. And then also over here, I made it so all 3 lanes could turn right into here. And then once they go over here, that just gives them more freedom to go wherever they want. Also, when these guys turn left into both lanes, I made it so both lanes can turn left up into here, and then there's one that will turn that way if they need to, but most of them are going this way. So this is really catering to exactly what they need on this specific part of the road. Up here, it might seem a little overkill because it's like goes 2 to 4. But I made it so if you're in this lane, you go into this one or this one, and if you're in this lane, you go onto that lane or that lane. So it shouldn't be too confusing for them. And I think that's about everything. I'm not going to add any buildings or gardens or anything in this video just because it's not time for that yet. But that's all I wanted to cover. So I think for now, all of these lanes really help with the flow and the amount of traffic so far, and it also allows for an increase in traffic in this area. So once these areas are more built up, there's going to be more traffic obviously, and I think the space in these lanes will easily allow for all of that. So the only road left to upgrade is this one right here, which we will probably do in the future, but we don't really need to do it just yet because it seems to be going okay. So anyway, that's all I'm going to do. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed and maybe got something from this, learn how to use the time traffic lights or the combined traffic lights. So anyway, thank you guys, and I'll see you all hopefully tomorrow. Bye guys.